I want to do a brief video about how to check somebody in to a guest services bed. You will do that from the shelter workspace, generally, via the individual check-in bed option, or option I should say. Click that, and that's going to take you to this form, and this is the bed check-in form. And you will put in the last four of the person's social, hit the tab button. Now if you hit enter, it's going to try and save the form. Let me just show you what that looks like real quick. So I hit enter. It's going to pull up the search, but you see I see all these errors in the background. So that's really not the ideal way to do it. It doesn't, at the end of the day, you can do that, but you keep seeing all these errors, and for me that bugs me. So you'll search up the person. In this case, you have this is my training database, so I have a lot of people with the same last four of their social. You won't have that, not that many at least. And so select the particular person. You can ask them their last name, and then you will select the bed that you want to put them in. Select the bed number. Odds are generally top bunks, evens are generally bottom bunks, but you will be able to see, like for example, this person's listed as needing a bottom bunk. If I try to choose a top bunk, it will turn red, and it's going to tell me if I try to save it. Well, even here it tells me. And this is one of the problems with hitting enter, is when I do see the error come up, it doesn't stand out because I've already got 7 errors there. So I would have to choose a bottom bunk. And now this error isn't going to go away initially, but as soon as I save it, it'll be fine. So if I hit save and print, that's going to generate the bed ticket. And then I would be able to go from there and print it. Give it a second. So I would hit print here, and that would generate, I'll just show you real quick. Oh, sorry, I gotta make it large too. So I'd hit print. And this is over if you're over at Men's Guest Services, where we print the bed tickets out. And then you would hit print again. Alright. So now let me show you a slightly different example of a case of somebody who hasn't stayed recently, and you go to give them a bed. What happens? Alright, so let me go down to a lowercase. I think it was this one. Alright, so this is somebody who hasn't stayed recently. It takes you immediately into a workflow, which is what this is, where it will have you enroll them back in. So I'm going to enroll them into Men's Guest Services. I'll hit save, and then it has me do a short assessment. So what is their disabling condition? Are they a veteran? What is their current housing status? Which almost always is going to be literally homeless. What was their prior living situation? Where are they coming from? How long were they at that prior living situation? What was the zip code of that prior living situation? Let's see if zip code recorded. What was their reason for being homeless? Total number of months on the streets in the last 3 years. Number of times the client has been on the streets in the last 3 years, including today. Basically, the number of times they've become homeless. And then you will hit save. And from there, it will take you to go ahead and do the bed check-in like normal. Now, there might be other steps. If, for example, they didn't have an ID, it would take you to add their ID. Also, if somebody was currently in a bed, it would take you to their current bed assignment. Let me show you that again with Mr. Costa here. So it's going to take me to their current bed assignment because they're already in a bed. So that's just some basics about using the bed check-in form to check people into a bed.